Miss Devoted Tip is back, your chime in chick for Married to Medicine, episode 4 of season 7. This episode had a lot going on, a lot for me to chime in about, so I'm just going to get right into it. So the episode opens up with Dr. Jackie and Curtis meeting with their renovators. And we got to see a little bit of Jackie's boss lady diva-ness come out. It's this beautiful home, but a woman wants what she wants, so she's taking them through the home saying, bigger this, bigger that, fix this, fix that. I thought the home looked nice. The only area I could see why she wanted to make a little change was the closet, because it did look a little bit cluttered. And I'm sure they have a lot of fashions to get into. So, yeah, I was feeling that. Poor Curtis, he needed to just go sit down somewhere because she wasn't having none of his rebuttals. She wasn't having none of his feedback. She was at one point he was like, "Do you want to just, go somewhere?" Meanwhile, he was the one that picked these renovators, but hey, that's how it goes in their household. Moving on to Dr. Contessa and her daughter. It was a heartfelt moment. They was at the park. She was expressing how much she missed her. And again in the interview, and I'm not sure if she realized how much she does this. Maybe as she's watching back now, she'll realize it. But even the interview, she was like, I don't think Scott's being emotionally supportive of them while I'm gone. Like, this man is a whole doctor with a whole job and holding down the fort when you up and decide you want to do this random thing and you like giving Dr. Scott too much now. Um, Now, in the moments that I've seen with him and the kids, he does not come off as cold or frigid or not emotionally available to them. So I'm not sure why she's saying that just because the little girl was having a moment. Even in the scene that they showed at the beginning of this episode, the baby was like, Mommy doesn't spoil us, you spoil us. So I'm not sure where she's getting that from, but I am glad she's having those conversations with the kids. And then Dr. Scott and their other two children come and meet up for a cute little family picnic, which I thought was nice. They're taking that quality time to talk with the kids. I felt so bad, but I couldn't laugh. I could do nothing but laugh at the same time because you know how kids are so honest and like they say in church, out the mouth of babes. But the baby girl was like, I wish you was here more because I forget about you sometimes, and that's the truth. And Dr. Contessa's face was priceless. She was like, so yeah, hopefully, she's hearing them. And at the end of this episode, the teasers for the next one sounds like she made some changes. So we'll have to see what happens next week. So then we go to the two peas in the pod. What I feel like is Married to Medicine's version of Frick and Frack. May they rest in peace. From Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she's talking about the party that they're being invited to by Dr. Simone's friend, Buffy. And so, yeah, Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie talking about this party, and they're just so. And this really got to me, and I'm going to be talking about it a little more as I go through what happened at the party. But it's a frugal party, so all of the outfits had to be under $500. And they're all just kind of tripping me out, especially Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone, how, oh my gosh, under 500, like that's so hard to do. And it's like, come on now, really? Y'all ain't been these high paid doctors for that long. They acting like they living in the 8-9 figure life right now. And that, they're so aghast, so clutch pearls that we have to spend under $500. Like, really? If you know what you're doing, it is not that hard. You could even go to a consignment shop, an upper scale, a high scale consignment shop, and find name brand quality clothes that are not like over $500. They need to stop. If they're acting like everything they wear, like they're wearing like, $1,000 shirts, $1,000 pants, $1,000 dresses everywhere they go. They know they got looks that's under $500, so they really need to stop with the extraness. Then we go to Dr. Eugene and Toya, and same reaction. He's like, I found these shoes for $100. They probably won't be comfortable. Like, all shoes under $100, they're not comfortable. Like, just stop with the bull. Like, for real. And y'all just got through coming back from cutting back from tax issues. Don't tell me during the tax issue time that you was wearing all of these over $500 ensembles. Like, don't act like this is so foreign. Like, I could see if these was people that was born with millions and that's just how it was. But I can't stand when people used to be in a certain stage in life and then they act like once they do get past that they don't remember what it was like or act like they've always had it like that. Like I hate that. Like don't like stop. Um so then we go to one of the odd couples that I love, Quad and Dr. Heavenly. Quad giving us a lot of wigs, a lot of looks, a lot of color. I'm here for it because I change up my looks, as you probably have already seen if you've watched my past reviews. I love her with that red. With that little bit of maroon red. I love that on her. And I liked her look. Dr. Heavenly came with it again. She has won me over with her style slowly but surely this season. So whatever change she made, she should keep at it. Because I used to put her in the category with Toya, and now I'm like, oh, okay, Dr. Heavenly. So yeah, I liked her look. Um, again, they start talking about the aftermath of the conversation. Again, they start talking about the aftermath of the conversation between Dr. Simone and Quad and how things kind of went left. One was like, she left, she wasn't trying. The other one's like, she's stuck in the past, she needs to get over it. And so, nobody's really still seeing eye to eye on that. It's like, gosh, really? Like, come on, let's just figure this out. So then they get to the party. Their friend Buffy's look, I was not a fan. It was like a bad representation of something under 500 actually looking like it's under 500, but not even under 500. It looked like it was under 100. It looked like it was under 50. It kind of like it was under 20, like the clearance rack at Rainbow. I did not like the print. I did not like the shoes at all. It looked like dingy um, Mary Jane clunky shoes. Like I just wasn't a fan, and that's just me. What can I say? Um, I did like Mariah's coat dress. I said, okay, that was a look. But then, Lord have mercy, moment of silence for Toya. When she said that top was $295, I actually got like angry. Like that anybody would sell that for $295, anybody would actually buy that for $295. And then have the nerve to kind of be like bragging about it, like proud of it, like this was only $295. That was a fugly blouse. I'm so sorry. And this is from somebody that loves Prince, obviously. That was it was horrible. I did like the shoes though, and that's about it. Um, like I was waiting for her to say that it was like a 2 for 10 at Rainbow or Dots or something. Like that's the vibe it was given. Like maybe I just needed to feel it or touch it and see if it like felt like quality because it was. Let me just move on because I'm starting to get upset again. Actually, sorry to that woman. Okay. And then they cut over to Mariah in the interview room, and the producers asked her what she thought of Toya's look, and she just drank the drink. She was like, "Y'all not finna have me shade her," which is already an answer in itself. But I was like, "Drink up, girl. Don't say nothing. Just drink up." If I had a drink right now, I would have done the same thing because y'all don't really want to know what I think about that look. Anyways, we go back to the party. We learn a little bit more about Buffy, and she's kind of sharing her family history. As much as I did not like her outfit, I loved hearing about how she's got to be comfortable, i.e., wealthy, as she said. Generational wealth. I love to hear about it. I love to hear about people's rags to riches and success stories, and family business that continued on. That's what I'm trying to do for my future family is get my stuff lined up together now so that they can be bougie later. So yeah, I thought it was a nice moment when Dr. Simone and Quad greeted each other somewhat warmly for them, all things considered. And I like that Quad said, I wish that you wouldn't have left. And I agree. And you could see the difference in her making up with Dr. Jackie and other people to broker her around versus if she's by herself. If she's by herself, Dr. Simone is going to be out. If other people are around and say, "Hey, don't leave yet," then kind of resolutions can happen. So I think if they have a talk again, that it shouldn't be a one-on-one, and they should bring some of the others in the group to kind of help not let things get too worked up that they can't come to a resolution again. But it seems like the end of that conversation was I do have a little bit more hope for them patching up. And I really hope that they do because I thought they were really fun together. I liked them as friends. So we'll keep our eye on what happens with that. What else happened this episode? So then there's the house manager, Sylvia. She's a beautiful Latin lady. I don't know if it's just insecurities or if it was just because it was a moment to shade. But of course, leave it to Heavenly to go. Just there's the line of tact, and she crosses it every time. And so she's like, "Oh, house manager." First, Dr. Jackie was like, "Well, does she have any other clients?" Because Dr. Jackie just trying to get some more of the housework done by somebody else. That was funny. But then again, Dr. Heavenly, she's like, so does she take care of your husband too? Like, how rude is that? And I'm sure she thought she was being like cute and just doing something in jest. But you don't even know this lady like that. And then just because Sylvia is an attractive lady don't mean she's trying to sleep with people's husbands. Like, I feel like pretty women get the stereotype of they're man stealers. I mean, people just be living their life. It's not always that they're trying to take somebody else's man. So I didn't like that, but Dr. Heavenly gonna do what Dr. Heavenly does, and that's be shady and not have tact. So that was that. But I liked how Buffy kind of just took it in stride and was like, "No, he's too busy with me." Yeah, let her know. Let her know. And Dr. Heavenly likes that when you don't get offended, you just kind of give it back to her or just kind of like answer her question and keep it moving. So I like that she, showed, you're not gonna get me worked up because I already know what's happening in my house. So Buffy got some brownie points for me with that. And then Jocelyn was on this episode. And for those of you that have watched Love and Hip Hop in the past, she was on there with Stevie, or as she said, Stevie. And apparently she's friends with Buffy. And Jocelyn is not the one. If you've ever seen her on reality TV, she's extremely outspoken. And so her and Toya kind of had a moment where, Jocelyn was talking about being a mom. And I guess Toya got a little defensive about being a, full-time housewife, a full-time mom. And kind of was like, well, it is a job. And Jocelyn was like, no, it's not really. Let's just call it being a mom. And I don't think Toya should have took offense to what she said because I think Jocelyn was trying to say she enjoys it and saying that it was a job. It's kind of treating it like it's such a headache. But, she loves being a mother. She loves all that it comes with. And she doesn't feel like it's a job. She just feels like she's being a mom and doing what she's supposed to do. That's how I took it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I don't think Jocelyn was trying to be shady at all. But Toya always has a chip on her shoulder about not working. And so I think that kind of came out. And so she had her little petty moment where she was saying, yeah, well, being a wife is hard too. You should try. Maybe you'll see one day. She's throwing shade to the fact that she's single, or I guess, not married. Like some married women do, which is annoying. Anyways, Jocelyn's not the one. And so Jocelyn went for the jugular just like Toya be doing. And she's like, shaded her about her previous tax issues. And Toya obviously took offense. And this somehow turned into an issue of she got mad at Buffy because I guess she felt like Buffy didn't handle it well enough or she didn't check her friend well enough. I don't know what she expected Buffy to do. Ask the girl to lead a party? She told the girl, Buffy told Jocelyn, she was like, these are my new friends. Please don't. Like, you can hear her on the mic addressing Jocelyn about what she said. And then she goes and finds Toya in the house. It wasn't like she was like, my bad, Toya, and then get back to partying. She actually left her guests to find Toya, to check on her, to apologize. Like, Toya wanted her ass to be completely kissed, I guess, and for her to like want to throw hands for her at towards Jocelyn, because what else was she supposed to do? And again, Buffy got cool points with me because when she was in there, um, and they were saying, "Oh, you're gonna have to like really suck up to her." She's like, "No, I don't suck up. I apologize, because I'm a grown up, and this is my house. You were my guest. I'm sorry to you." She even went and got her husband to go apologize to them. Dr. Eugene comes in and he says that Jocelyn comes for him too, and I'm like, "Oh Lord." And Jocelyn's another one, like, she's hard to reel in. So I do feel like she went too far. Even though I did enjoy her giving it to Toya a little bit, because I always enjoy when people give it to Toya, because I feel like she's a little brat and sometimes needs to be like put in her place. But I do think she went too far calling Toya and Dr. Eugene out of their name when she did kind of just meet them. I'm thinking maybe Toya was a little suspicious of how the whole thing went down, because she was wondering, well, how does Jocelyn know about my tax issues? Or maybe she felt like Buffy was setting her up, but I think she was reaching. She was definitely reaching. So moving on, next day, Toya and Mariah meet up. The other odd couple alert, which I still don't know how I feel about this particular odd couple ship, but whatever. They have to film on somebody. And so yeah, they're meeting up, and I guess they're back to being over 500 based off of the looks. I can't tell. Just saying. And she asked her about Buffy and how she felt about it. And she's like, I don't want to talk about it, you know. She's kind of rubbed me the wrong way, so she's still in her feelings about it. But they end up letting us know that Toya's going to have a paint and sip party for her 43rd birthday, which I like that idea. I like non-traditional party styles. So I was like, okay, that's cute, that's cute. At least she's not trying to break the bank like she usually does with her. I'm trying to show off how much money we got parties. So I like her being a little bit more low-key. So, looks. Y'all know I have to discuss looks. So, before we get to looks, the next scene was Dr. Contessa, Dr. Scott. It's the morning, hustling and bustling, getting the kids clean, fed, ready for the day. Dr. Scott, he's on and he's like, we gotta go, just grab your stuff. He's trying to make sure they stay on track with time. I love it. In the interview, he's like, you know, they're clean, they're bathed, you know, they're good, they're not malnourished. And then Dr. Contessa says, yet, like, I don't know why she's being so negative. Like, what happened to thank you, honey? Thank you for holding it down for me. Thank you for doing a good job. Instead of just throwing these little digs. Like, I don't understand. So maybe the key to being married is being like mean. Because I feel like all the mean women are the ones that be getting the dues. I digress. We'll save that for another one of my segments on my YouTube channel. So then she's chatting with her oldest daughter, and she lets her know, her oldest daughter, I believe is Tess, she lets her know that this boy threw a ball at her. She caught it, threw it back and hit him in his face. I don't see no problem with it, because he's asking for it. He threw it at me, and sometimes you have to let a bully know I'm not the one, and that's by giving them what they give you. And I bet you he didn't expect that ball to come back in his face and that he won't have no issue with her no more. But Dr. Contessa tried to be the mature parent instead of saying, yeah, that's right, get him, girl. She's like, no, that's not appropriate. That's not how we handle our issues. And then she expressed a little more anger that she's been having. And so Dr. Contessa kind of sat down with her and was like, you know, what is making you angry? Is mommy making you angry? And just kind of giving her that open floor to express this anger that she's noticing her child has. And I felt really bad, you know, because the baby started crying and tearing up, and you could tell that she's frustrated by her mom not being there. And I can definitely see why the kids are having issues. Dr. Contessa feels like, well, because I'm not here, and me being not here is making it harder for them. But I don't think it's just that. My chime in on this is the past few years, there's been a lot of changes in general for their family. They went from living their lives to having cameras in front of their face all the time to then Dr. Contessa having mommy guilt and decided to quit her day job entirely and be home with the kids. to her slowly going back to working part-time to now being in a whole nother state going to school and basically Scott being like a single dad for a little while. So that's a lot of changes for kids. And I don't think it had anything to do with her specifically being gone, but because they're used to being in a two-parent household, even if Dr. Scott was gone, there would have some behavioral issues or some anger or some sadness. And so she's like, oh yeah, when I'm gone, the household falls apart. I think if either one of them was gone, there would be some falling apart happening. But, you know, maybe that's just how she feels. Um, Moving on to the paint and sip, let's discuss looks. Toya, I liked her top. I actually did like her top. I did not like the fabric of the pants or how they fit. I feel like Toya doesn't always dress for her shape. She's very much pear shaped and very hippie. And I don't feel like either she should get, since she can afford all these over $500 outfits, she should get things a little bit more tailored because it'll be like pulling down this way. Or she should get skirts that she can cinch and flare. But she likes to wear a lot of pants and jeans, and they are poorly fitting pants and jeans. So nothing else new. I like the colors though. Then she shows the models. They were eye candy for sure. She tells the models to go and hide. And then in comes Quad with another hair color. They're on FaceTime, her and Dr. Heavenly with Dr. Contessa. And that was cute. I love Mariah's look. I really did. I feel like it was very fitting for the occasion. It was chic but dressed down. I loved the red pants. And I believe it was red boots as well. I loved the look. Dr. Jackie, she was giving us a little pink lady, a little biker jacket. I liked it. I wasn't mad at it. She usually wears a lot of dresses and stuff. So I liked seeing that look. Who else? We had Carrie there, some throwback Married to Medicine, some season one. Our token for Married to Medicine cast. And she surely fit right back in, throwing shade as soon as she got the chance. Throwing shade at Toya because Toya was saying she's invited people, even people that she's had issues with in the past. And Mariah was like, why? And Kara's like, well, you're here. And of course, you can count on Bravo for the good flashback showing season one, how they was like whacking each other with purses, including the mama. And the Three Musketeers arrived. Dr. Contessa, Dr. Heavenly, and Quad. I liked all of their looks. I didn't get to look at Dr. Heavenly's as much. I love the body comment from Dr. Contessa. She has major body. I love when she body cons it. And then Toya, which we were all surprised, invited Dr. Contessa. They have a moment, and the whole, as we see on our reality shows, I just want to move on speech. I was surprised, but not surprised, because she know who she's dealing with Dr. Contessa. But I was surprised that she didn't hold a grudge longer with her, because she just got through calling her husband the definition of a big A-B. And that's like a big statement. And she's like, yeah, we've had our ups and downs. Let's just move on. Like, she did not take her to task about that ever at any point, which that just shows me, like, she don't want no trouble with her. She don't want no problems with the army lady. I don't blame her, okay? Because she has guns. Anyways, messy Dr. Simone brings Buffy, knowing Toya still is not checking for her, is not here for her, and just feels like they started off on the wrong foot. Of course, she brings her under the guise of, oh yeah, we just want to see if they can get along and patch up, blah, blah, blah. She was very cold towards, she didn't even greet the girl at the door and kept saying, oh yeah, she invited the girl that her guest was mean to me. And she invited somebody that I didn't know was coming. Like, she kept saying it. It's like, gosh, like, stop being shady. It's your own birthday party. If you don't want her there, ask her to leave. But if you're going to let her be there, ain't no need for all of these references. But it's Toya. So what do you expect? After everybody settled, she thanks them. She go ahead and share with everybody about the miscarriage. I think that was really brave of her. I think it was good that she did open up to all of her friends about it. And hopefully that will let her healing continue and make sure that she has fun. And so then they bring out the models, and the reaction of these married women is so hilarious to me. Dr. Dr. Contessa was like, "Come on, delicious." And Buffy put his shades on so nobody could see exactly where she was looking. Dr. Heavenly said she drawing Jesus because one of them had like a cross tattooed on him. And then Toya was like, meet these single or about to be single ladies. And then it goes to the end of the episode. But, ooh, next week looks like something. Because, first of all, they're still dealing with the shock that these guys are new, which when they came out earlier, I don't think any of us realized. We thought they were just going to be like painting, their top or their legs. But Toya brought these married women to be with these new guys. And they're like, shoot, I ain't telling my husband. I ain't telling my husband. I'm so surprised that, especially like not Dr. Heavenly didn't like leave and say, oh no, Daddy is not going to be happy with this. I'm leaving. Like, for them to be like so, boujee-ness. I was surprised that they all stuck around, but hey. So we'll see what happens next week when the husbands find out. That is my chime in for season 7, episode 4 of Married to Medicine. I will be back next week. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out some of my other content. I do some funny stuff as well. And this is Miss Devoted Tips signing out. See y'all next time. Your chime in chick.